Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quiz Review 2. So yesterday was Quiz Review 1. Today's Quiz Review 2. So now your quiz review is going to be, set up the same way, very similar to this quiz review. So like number 1, same as number 1. Number 2, same as number 2. So if you want to pause the video as you go, like I do 1, you pause, do 1. I do 2, you pause, do 2. It's a good idea. So number 1. State whether the sets of equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So, like, if you want to put, I don't know, maybe like a B C. Maybe that's what I'll do on yours. Is I'll put a A B C D. Okay, so number 1, right? A. These slopes are the same, so they are parallel. I always want to put 2 R's in that word. I don't know why. B, okay. B, well, one's positive, one's negative, okay. And this is really -5/1, which means they're also flipped. So this is perpendicular. Now it's important to note, if this was negative or this was positive, right? They're both positive or both negative, it's not perpendicular. If they're both the same number, one positive, one negative, it's not perpendicular. Here, these aren't even close to being the same, so this is neither. And here again, they're opposite. One's positive, one's negative, and they're flipped, 7/8, 8/7. So these are perpendicular. Not the greatest pen in the world, but okay. All right. Find the slope of the line that passes through -2, 8 and -9, 6. Remember, we got 2 ways, okay? So way 1 is going to be the formula way. Okay. If you don't like the formula way, just fast forward through this thing, right? Fast forward to way 2. So for way 1, we're going to have to label. So I'm going to rewrite the points. Okay, I'm going to rewrite these here. 2, 8, -9, 6. Okay, so we have our first point, x1, y1. We have our second point, x2, y2. And remember, we're going to start with the fraction bar and the minus sign. This is very important, especially for this type of question, for this particular question. So we're filling our formula here, y2. So I look, y2 is 6. Okay, I've already got the minus sign. Y1 is 8. Over x2. X2 is -9. Minus, now x1 is -2. So this is going to stay -2. Okay, so you have that double minus sign there. And now this is going to equal 6 minus 8 is -2 over, okay, -9 minus -2 is really -9 plus 2, which is 9 minus 2, which is 7. 7 is negative. Okay, they're both negative, so that means it's actually +2/7. Okay, that's way 1. If you like way 1, do way 1. Pause the video, do way 1. Come back, fast forward through way 2. Here comes way 2 if you unpaused. Way number 2. -2, 8. -9, 6. Okay, now remember, we don't need to label 1 and 2 for way 2. Just x's and y's. Okay, we're going to start with our y's this time. Okay, that's really the only difference, is you got to start with your y's. So we're going to make our number line. Okay, we're going to include 0. We have 6 and we have 8. Okay. Same side of 0. we're going to subtract. So 8 minus 6 is 2. Okay, right? 8 minus 6. Now for our x's, again, we're going to include 0. We have a -9 and a -2. Okay, now we get to ignore the negatives, right? They're on the same side as 0. So we're just going to subtract the two numbers, big minus small. 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, now we just have to go back. Remember, we're going to go from smallest to largest. So here we have 6 to 8, okay, is smallest to largest. And now remember, the bigger the negative, the smaller the number. So this goes from smallest to largest. If both arrows go the same way, our answer is positive. Remember, if both arrows were to go towards each other, like one went from here to here, other one went from there to there, right? Like they went this way, then it's negative. So same, it's positive, either both left or both right. Different directions, it would be a negative slope. Okay. Number 3, keep this chart handy. I'll include it in your quiz review. One of the questions is a matching. That's positive slope. That's negative slope. 0 slope is a horizontal line, like flatlining, like you're dead. Vertical line is undefined. All right, so if you want to pause the video, make sure you got 1 and 2 done, right? Okay, now if you unpaused here, we're on to number 4. Write an equation of a line that is parallel to y equals 3x plus 7 and passes through the point -9, 7. So remember, parallel slope, same slope. So we have y equals 3x plus b. Okay, I can plug in my x and my y. Here I'll label it x and y. Okay, even, right, better yet, on your paper, right, you should be copying down the point x and y. Y is 7 equals 3 times -9 plus b. 3 times -9 is -27. And we're going to add 27 to both sides, and we'll get b equals 34. So our final answer is y equals 3x plus 34. Okay. If you want to pause that, you can pause it right here and copy and look at it. All right, now if you unpaused, finally perpendicular, line that's perpendicular to y equals 2x plus 7 and passes through the point 18, 3. So perpendicular, opposite and flipped. So we have y equals -1/2 x plus b. Okay, this is really -2/1. It's really 2/1. So it goes from positive to negative, and it flips to 1/2. Plug in our point here. We have x and y. So we have 3 equals -1/2 times 18 plus b. Oh no, Mr. Fractions. I can't do fractions. You can all do halves. Okay. Half of 18 is 9. Notice how I put the negative sign because, right, negative times a positive is a negative. So we have half of 18 is 9. So -half of 18 is -9 plus b. Okay, now we're going to add 9. So we have 12 equals b. Oops. And our final answer, keep this slope up here. Right, this is in your final answer. Y equals -1/2 x plus 12. Okay, so that's quiz review number 2. Your quiz will be tomorrow, which is Friday, TGIF.